No, I don't, Fisk. I don't. To go on a tangent here about my video games arc, somebody asked earlier how I decided to start doing VTuber content. It's actually because I was a heavy gamer before. I spent like 10 hours a day minimum playing video games. I wouldn't even take the time to cook or do anything. It was always like game. I'd order all of my food, kind of left everything else on the back burner, let all of my, friendships also on the back burner. And I was just kind of always neglecting also my finances, not really working because I'm freelance. So I got to like seek out work and stuff. So everything, it was kind of like an addiction. Like I definitely had like an internet/gaming addiction. An addiction is when something starts taking over other parts of your life, and it was definitely affecting all of my IRL relationships, even with my family. It was affecting my work and my career, everything. I was kind of just only gaming, and I was doing lazy content. I would turn on the streams and stream my games, not really talk to chat because, I wanted to be competitive and all of that. I wanted to focus on the games, and sometimes I did well, but I never really pushed enough to break higher than that. And I was kind of always held back by this addiction. And one day I woke up, I was like, I have enough. I can't do this anymore. And I just completely walked away, and I never turned back. I was like, I'm done. I feel like I'm all about the short excitement. I'm all about, the short-term satisfactions, but I was never building something that I could be proud of myself of. Like, I was never doing stuff. Some stuff, they're harder. You need to put more times and efforts in it, but they pay off in the long term. And I wasn't taking care of myself in those terms. I wasn't taking care of my long-term Rima self. It was fun, but then it became not fun too. It also became a source of my anxiety. And my contentment or my happiness with myself was only tied to how well I performed that day in the games. It was if I went up in my rankings, I would be happy. If I lost points, I'd be unhappy. That's it. That was all of it. And so I was like, okay, I'm just really unhappy, and I walked away, and I was like, I hate this. I didn't like the community. I didn't like the people I surrounded myself with. I thought they were toxic too. I didn't like where my life was. So I completely stopped, and I was like, I'm not gonna stream on Twitch anymore. I'm just going to focus on YouTube. And while I focus on YouTube, I'm gonna look for some, IRL jobs, because I was also like, I had like $5 left in my account. Yeah, and then I was like, since I'm not, I used to upload some of my gaming highlights on YouTube. That it didn't do too well. I also did some Pokemon and Scarlet guides. They did alright, not too well. I was like, alright, you know what? I'm watching a lot of video essays. I was really into video essays at the time. That's all I was watching. And I was like, I like to do that kind of content, just talking about stuff that I care about. That looks interesting. That's something I could totally get into. I'd see myself doing that. And I was like, instead of streaming every day on Twitch, spending 10 hours a day doing something that's not getting me a lot of viewers, not generating any income, how about I just focus and make one video a week, or one video every 2 weeks, a good video. And then during the rest of the time, I can work on my IRL projects, I can see my family, I can see my friends, and I can work on rebuilding my life. That's what I did. I was like, okay, I don't have gaming anymore. What else do I have? I was like, well, I have a VTuber avatar. I'm a VTuber. I'm interested in the VTubing community. And on the other side, I also like video essays. So I was like, okay, I could try merging these two topics. So I tried doing, various things. I threw a few things on the wall to see what stick. And I mean, we can take a look at my channel here. So I think at first I saw videos. Let's go to oldest. At first I did some videos like ref style, covering the news and stuff, but I feel like that was really all about covering the news is all about speed, and it's not about accuracy even. It's more about how fast you put your video out there, and if you have an established audience that wants to hear your commentary on it. The content itself is not so important. So I tried a couple of those videos, you know, Miragundo's graduation, things like that. They were all right, but as soon as I started like switching my content, I immediately noticed a shift. Immediately, I felt like, wow, people were interacting with my content, even though it wasn't a lot. It was people were replying, people were liking the videos. That it was the most interaction I've ever had. So I was like, okay, this is the you know, it's not 10,000 views, it's not even like, you know, 5,000 views, but this is the most interaction and feedback I've ever got from a community. So I was like, I think I'm onto something here. So I was like, but I was talking to my editor and I was like, I don't know, I don't think I'm that good on the news stuff. And I was like, this isn't really my style. This isn't really what I want to do. So I was like, let me try a real video essay. And during that time, the whole Sayu stuff with Niji Sanji was coming out. And oh my god, this was my old intro too, with like Pokemons and stuff, because I was really into Pokemons. And it was just like very basic. Her indefinite hiatus from Hololive. However, shortly after her membership in Hololive was terminated, it's actually cringe to hear me. This caused outrage among fans who felt that she had been unfairly terminated without a chance to defend herself. Wait, I kind of sound the same still. By some fans and raised questions about the agency treatment of its members. Before we dive deeper into this video, we gotta settle on one thing. What is the meaning of the term graduation? Graduating in the VTubing world refers to a streamer retiring. Niji Sanji is the gold mine that never ends. Yeah. Did you used to sit further away from the mic? No, but I used an AT2020 USB mic. That's actually the same mic that Moist Critical uses, but I don't know why his sounds good and mine sounds ass. And the gain on it was very low. Oh, well, the volume was very low. And then Nuxtaku reacted to my Mori Calliope video, and he put the video on max and he could barely hear it. He was like, Rima, I'm gonna give you one advice. Get a new mic. That's really gonna be useful. If you're gonna do that, just get a new mic. And I was like, okay. I bought a Shure SM7B like the week after, and I fixed my audio settings. People say they like my audio better now, so it's true. The most important things when you're a VTuber in order is your audio, then your model. No, wait. The things you gotta upgrade in order is your audio, second is your computer, and third is your model. Like, your model is last on the list, especially if you're a YouTuber from the idol industry. Let's rewind a bit into history to understand where this word come from. The trend called graduation started with Onyenko Club, the first big mega idol group in the late 80s. Like its modern day spiritual successors, AKB48. Oh, you found me because of that video he recommended? That's cool. Club had school club type feel, so when two of its most popular members were the first to officially leave, one to study dentistry and one to focus on her solo career, their producer named... Yeah, there is some reverb on my old settings, right? I mean, there still is, because my room, it's not empty, it's just that everything's on the floor and I don't have any tall furnitures. Jane, the group's third single, A School Graduation, saying goodbye to friends and stepping out into the real world type song to cash in. I kind of use the same words. The club released it in March, just in time for literally everyone in Japan to play it during their own graduation ceremonies. The two girls even had a mini ceremony during the last performance of the group's nationwide tour, which again went on during the graduation season and ended on April 1st. The emotional appeal my pronunciation was worse. Is mine, so it's gone down as an idol tradition since then. Rima reveal and everything is on cardboard boxes. My printer might as well be like that. What my printer is on right now, it's gonna collapse one day. I know it. You found me for this video a year ago? No way. Yeah, so this was a year ago. This video, look, 1 year ago. May 28th, so I'm a little late on the anniversary stream. I didn't realize. It's actually been a year and 2 months. Crazy. Let's get you some furniture. I mean, it's not getting the furniture. Building the furniture is the tough part. Building the furniture is the tough part. But basically, I kind of just read out the whole thing live. There's some editing at the beginning, but then there's no editing towards the rest of the video. Guilty of that. Would you also find me in the controversial ascent of Mori? So my first, what was it? Oh yeah, I remember now. My first video, this video only got like 1 or 2K views back then. My first big break, I'd say big break, but it wasn't such a big break, was the astronomic rise of Neurosama. That video actually put together very fast. I think I did the script very fast, and but I thought the editing was really good. I worked with an editor called Drywall, and they're still my friend to this day. Love them. They work super well. They're a channel moderator. They stop by from time to time. And me and Drywall really worked to find the identity of our channel. And it's really important to have an editor that cares about your craft as much as you do. And they really cared. And they really cared about me, and it shows. They were very good on details. And that video, I remember, because I went camping that day that it got released with my friends. And I was like, oh my god, guys, that video, I just started making videos on YouTube, and that video, it got 10,000 views. That's insane. And my friends just looked at me, they were like, oh, that's not a lot. That's when I knew I should probably keep my YouTube activities to myself for now on. First video is Gura video, and later you getting drunk talking about Hololive, Kill, Marry, Kiss got me fully into your content. I found it a type of gap moe. Oh man, yes, that was the first time. I don't know why. When I'm with Nuzagi and Parrot, I feel like my true self comes out, like my most unhinged. My favorite video of you is still the Ina video you did. Yes, I was just getting to that. Rima, it's a lot for me. Yes, it was a lot for me. My friends, what do they say about your success now? Now they think I'm doing good. They think I'm doing good. But they're more detached than me. They're like, when you tell normies about, I don't know, sometimes I try to tell them about my problems or what's going on the internet, and they just don't get it. They're just like, yeah, but you're making money, right? So that's cool. Like, I'll tell them, say I get harassed, or you know, some people are saying mean stuff about me and I'm sad, and they're just like, yeah, but who cares? You're making money, you know, like, you're getting views. It comes with the territory. They just don't really get it. All people see are the perks. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe there's just some things I should keep to myself. Anyway, I did the cancel culture video. That was the kind of videos I actually wanted to do, which I try to relate that video. I try to showcase some moments where people canceled the VTubers, but it was a bigger discussion about cancel culture. And that's a topic that I thought about a lot. Like, a lot of content creators are extremely scared to get canceled, of course myself included. It's like everybody's biggest fear nowadays. I really like this video, actually. That was one of my most disliked video because I flamed social justice warriors a little bit. But then my big break was actually the Ina video. I think I got like 60k views on this, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most views I ever got on a video. And as soon as I got that video, I started messaging all of the agencies, like all of them. I was like, please pick me up. I'm looking for sponsors. Making videos really expensive, and I need sponsors for the video to pay back my editors, because I don't know. Because the toughest part, what's really difficult when you're a content creator that's just starting, is being able to fund yourself and to fund your activities. There's a few milestones that are really tough for a content creator to get into. The first one is when you want to make high quality videos like mine, the video essays. It's not a good profit because they cost a lot of money to edit, because they're long and it's complicated editing. It's not just I can share screen my internet window and go over some tweets. There's actual editing involved. So they cost several hundreds of dollars to create, up to thousands of dollars. Like Turkey Tom's videos, he pays his editor $1,200 per video. Yeah, so once I got the Ina video, I was like, you know, trying to pitch myself to everybody because I was trying to get to some kind of finance so I could keep going with the channel. Because before that, my videos were very sporadic. I'd do them like, I don't know, once a month, once every few weeks. I don't exactly remember. And then I did another video, the parasocial one, which now is sitting at 200k, but it wasn't like that for the longest time. That video actually flopped. And we spent a lot of time editing that one. That video flopped. It got like less than 10k views on release. It was like maybe 6k views. Then I was like, you know, since I started with Ina, might as well do Hololive. And I started doing all of Hololive. Then Advent came out during that time. And I was like, I'm gonna do videos on Advent. The videos were like, okay. You know, this and this. I feel like I didn't dig too deep in those research. I was kind of just going, I didn't know how to research properly back then. I got a lot better. I was going over, you know, a lot of publicly available information and kind of doing more of like a tribute to the VTubers, but I didn't really have an angle or a narrative to it. And when you want to do good videos, you need an angle, but I didn't really know this back then. You know, this one has more of an angle than the other ones. You know, especially since me, I kind of figure out my titles at the very end of the process, which is a bit silly. But the curse of parasocial relationships, you can already tell that it's just gonna be talking about the negative aspects of parasocial relationships. This one, the phenomenal rise of Ina, it didn't really have an angle, but I don't know why this one did so well. Actually, I don't know why. I guess it had the whole Ina back segment that was funny too. The Kiara video, I got a lot of Kiara KFP fans that liked the video, but there was also some haters. Some people were like, most underrated, she's got 1 million subscribers, and then the comment under was like, okay, wait, someone was like the opposite. She was like, they were like, she's not even popular. So it's, make up your mind, what is it? But the Takodachis really clutched it for the Ina video. The Kiara video, I did it and I was like, I really like my background. Look, her harder than a turkey. I was working at KFP. The Menhera video, I think that video just did well because of the thumbnail. Honestly, it was just a thumbnail. It was alright. The Fuamoko video, I would redo that video. I feel like it was just a very surface level video. Same with the Kiara. I would like to redo those and make them better with the new knowledge that I have. Now, the Rusia video, Rusia was really a topic that I understood and I had been following for a while, and I think it really showed. Some of the stuff that I covered, I was learning about them while I was doing the research, but Rusia, I already knew a lot about her, and I wrote all of that script without even doing any research, because I knew the whole story in my head, like I knew it by heart. Then there's the Curious Case of Amelia Watson. Okay, I remember now. So because of that video, the Uruha Rusia, I finally found my first agency. So the Rusia video gave me the springboard to get into my first agency, which was In the Black Media. And I was like, dude, they were like, we'll get you on board, but we can't promise you anything. And they were like, if you want sponsors, you're gonna need to get me another video that's gonna perform as well as the rise and fall of Uruha Rusia. He was like, you need to make another video like this. And I was like, how? I don't know. I don't know how can I make sure that a video performs? I was like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what my audience wants. I was like, I thought it was such a big ask. They wanted another 100k videos. And he was like, once you got 200k videos on your channel, then I can start getting you sponsors. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna make it happen. Oh my god, that drive. Dude, I told you, I'm a powerful dreamer. But I never had that drive before when I was gaming. It was only once I stopped gaming that I became a new person. It's like I became reborn. And so this is when I did the controversial ascent of Mori Calliope. It was actually inspired by Kenisu's video on Mori Calliope. I started talking to Kenisu and we thought it would be a good idea for me to do another Mori Calliope video. And what did I want to say? I pulled all of the stops with that video. I really pulled all the stops on it. It was like a 40-minute video. If you know, you know. And if you think we were so careful back then. We would censor every single name on all the comments and stuff. Nux reacted to that video. There was that's so funny. I even criticized this one guy called Brad Taste in Music because he was a very vocal critic of Mori Calliope, and he's got a huge channel, at least 300k subscribers. Okay, the thing with the Mori video is that the haters are few but loud. I think you give too much time to the haters. No, I disagree with that, because that's what makes the Controversial Rise series so good, is that I debunk every single instance of hate and I explain why it's ridiculous. And because it's unpredictable, that's why it's good. For example, for the Pippa video, I could have made the Pippa video and I could have just been glazing Pippa the whole time. But why she liked that video is because it was unexpected, because I tackled the difficult topics of defending her, and I debunked every single thing, every single claim against her. That's why it's a strong video. Same with the Morikon, and saying that her haters are few but loud is not true. She's got a lot of haters. Every time, even recently, they popped up again. What else? So yes, Brad Taste in Music. In most of these, so I kind of picked some beef with that guy, and I criticized him, and he tweeted about it. So his fan base also watched the video to, you know, come and complain about it in my comment section. And then he also replied. He replied in the content section. Yes, I was very careful about not telling people about the demon dice thing. But then people were complaining in the comment section. They were like, just fucking say it. Just say it. Of course, everybody knows who it is. I don't know why you even try to hide it. And it's funny because this guy's in another controversy right now, which I'll tell you guys about in a moment. But he was actually really open-minded in the comment, not gonna lie. I think he responded properly, and I gotta give Brad to that. He does take criticism fairly well, and he's open in engaging. I'm more the type that if I feel like somebody's, I would just disengage probably. But he said, I just want to say that I appreciate you sitting through my content, even though you found it hard to do, because I made a joke that is, I was saying that I had to watch it in 2x speed because it was so hard to sit through his content. I respect how much you cite moments in streams and video in a way that didn't feel rude or disrespectful, and I accept that you do have some valid criticism towards my content. I'm glad this video is doing well for you because you clearly care deeply about it, and I respect it. And then he kind of started replying to everybody in the comment, and then he almost had a therapy session in my comments. And then his friend came in. Okay, so this is what happened. I found one of my now closest friends from my videos on Cali. She's a diehard Mori fan and basically received horrible treatment from my community for even mentioning that she enjoyed her music at all. It helped me reflect a lot of that on a lot of damage I was causing to my community. It ended up resulting in Asian hatred as well, which just was the most degenerate part of all. My videos are brash, immediately and unfiltered reactions to things. The best thing I can do is learn from stuff and be prepared to handle stuff even now more maturely. His friend came in to defend him too in the comment section, and then he actually says that he's changed his mind on Mori Calliope. He says, over time, I've gained respect for Callie from that same friend. I've learned how she is someone who has to put up with so much from everyone, and I admire how well she handles things. She seems like a very strong woman. So my videos do make a difference. They do convince people, and they do change opinions.